Uh-huh.
How am I going to move all of this?
Hey, look over there. I couldn't help but see that lady trying to move such a heavy load. They say you never forget the ones who helped you through hardship. It's gonna take her a long time if she does it all by herself. Why don't we help? We could get it done real quick.
Maybe all this suffering is... Thank you. I don't think we've met. Whoever you are, you're strangely kind.
We hear that often. But they say you get what you give, if you know what I mean.
You're not, by any chance, Wagon Kebi, are you? You must be. Remember me? It's Do-young. Oh, yeah, my face is a bit dirty, isn't it? How have you been all this time?
What? Me? A dokebi? You got the wrong person. How could you say that? I'm a human just like you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was remembering something from the past.
I'm completely out of materials. How could I possibly make with a whole lot of nothing?
Seems like this guy's out of materials. I have no idea what he's looking for. No biggie. We'll just bring whatever we think he's missing. The more the merrier, am I right?
You're just giving this to me?
Just lending a helpful hand, that's all. Nothing wrong with helping those in need, right?
Are you, by any chance, the Flame Kebi? It is you, right? I can't believe you didn't forget me. Where have you been all this time?
What the? This is twice in one day someone's confused me for a dokebi. Look, you got the wrong person. What's going on here?
My apologies. I was remembering something from the past.
The chief wants to see us? I think my plan worked. But the chief has a visible dokebi, Mark. Everyone in town is really into dokebi, huh? Seeing how disappointed they were when they found out I wasn't a dokebi, seems like something must have happened here. Let's try to find out what. I'm curious to pry, but that dark cloud hovering over the chief is making me think twice about prying any further. Why did that old physiognomist send us all the way out here?
So I heard that you two suddenly appeared to lend aid to him. Proceed on your way without speaking your mind. And, you must be a traveler passing through. It's a symbol of gratitude, left by the Dokepi. It's a way of expressing their thanks, although we can no longer see them. Didn't the village people mistake you for Dokepi? The village has deep ties with the Dokepi. Thank you for your help, but I've no more to tell you.
I heard that people are dying at Geuseunsae Plateau. We poked around and asked all kinds of questions.
Are you talking about Dohun? We have a long history with him as well. Geuseunsae Plateau was our second home, before we were kicked out and fled here.
Huh? When you said second, does that mean this is the third? Then where's the first one?
This is quite a long story. Would you mind helping me with this before I say more?
I miss Wagon Kebi. We really hit it off. Could he not escape? I hope the King Dokshini didn't eat him. Thank you. And sorry that I looked so disappointed earlier.
Ever been to Sumo? I'm actually the son of Sumo's chief. It was a special village deep within Dokepi Forest. In other words, I grew up with Dokepi since I was a child. The mark on my face is from the Dokepi, a sign of gratitude for saving a Dokepi friend from falling off a cliff when I was young.
So the first home you were talking about was Sumon in Dokepi Forest? But then, how did you all... Wait, hold on. Did you say Sumor? I thought that place was...
So, I guess you've heard the news. I mean, with the recent occurrences and all. The recent murder case in Moodle Village involved the chief of Sumo. My own...
Whew, that's a tragedy that would upset the heavens. Oh, sudden leg cramp. Excuse me. Gotta walk it off.
Oh, don't mind me. Why don't you go get a glass of water?
I don't think he knows you were considered a suspect in the murder case. I'm worried that if he finds out now, in his state, who knows? People do crazy things when they're upset. Okay, but just in case, we should be prepared for the worst. And as long as the Dokebi are watching their backs, I don't think we'll be able to defeat them.
Until recently, I couldn't fill my belly with anything but anger and water. We were turned away from...
I don't know the details. How did you end up coming all the way here?
Well, one thing led to another, and the wrath of Dokshini laid complete waste to Sumo Village. Fortunately, we survived, aided by the Dokepi who sided with us. And so, we found a new home in Geuseunsae Plateau. Luckily, the kind people of Geuseunsae Plateau welcomed us in. We survived by cutting down reeds in the communal farmland. We made friends and families, And just when all was settling, the honorable Chui's servants claimed the land and drove us out. That's how we ended up here. Funny, isn't it? We used to live alongside Dokubi, cultivating the forest. And now, we're burning the forest down, just to feed our families. Didn't I tell you? The people of Geuseunsae Plateau were kind. When we were there, we couldn't even imagine such horrid things. But after we were driven out, strange rumors began to circulate. They were saying the Dokubi were killing people. Someone had stolen Duakshini's bat? I have my own speculations on why such a rumor was spreading. Have you by chance seen a stone statue in the shape of a face on your way from Geuseunsae Plateau? They are all gifts from the Dokubi. They were grateful that the village took us, the people of Sumo, in. That stone statue has the power to drive away bad energy. And yet, because of that, strange rumors began to circulate.
Watchful Kebi, powerful statues, and still sinister events keep popping up? Isn't that concerning?
That's why as soon as we heard the rumors, we decided to return to Geuseunsae Plateau. It was pouring so heavily that day. I'd never seen such a storm. The rain was so intense that you couldn't even walk out, and yet there were these people in straw hats out in the downpour. When we all of a sudden, as if the entire town became possessed.
Oh, it wasn't people. That sounds like it was ghosts.
Right then, my body started to shine with light, and some old lady emerged from my mark of gratitude. What the? Old lady, who are you?
Not old lady, Sonny. I'm Granny Death. There now, my poor little birdies. Let's go out for a picnic with Granny.
Granny Death began to sing and tap the straw hat folk with her cane. And just like that, they turned into white mist flowers and disappeared. Tell me, Granny, what are you?
I'm here as a favor to the Dokubi.
What in the world were those things?
You mean those shadowy straw hat-wearing folk? Their begrudged souls now become birds.
Souls of those who passed while bearing grudges. We call them. They lead innocent people to their deaths. But they also suffer from grief and bitterness. Which reminds me of my father. He borrowed a bat from Duakshini under the Hyungum's order. He headed to Nampo, and that's where he was killed. Perhaps my father had become Geuseunsae. When I think of it that way, that resentment, it's much easier to relate to.
How bitter must they be to still wander Geuseunsae Plateau, unable to leave?
Those killed by Geuseunsae are in turn becoming Geuseunsae. What do you say?
Of course I'm more than willing to, but can we pull it off? Did a Dokubi lend you some supernatural powers?
Well, nothing like that. But a Brukebi did once tell me of a phenomenal recipe for a drink. I'll tell you the ingredients so you can go prepare them. Let's meet at the physiognomist's house.